Doug was an unlikely opponent for the first round. His small stature made it hard for him to wield a sword. But when it came to fighting for his king, Doug stood 10 paws tall. Was no match for Arlo's superior skill. Reggie could already see this would be a tournament that they would squeak of through the ages. Dennis, veteran of the Green Wart's War and captain of the Royal Guard, would be a true challenge for Arlo. The crowd's cheers for the king's brother echoed off the arena walls. Was a veteran too, used to fighting monsters and darkwings with ice under paw. Dennis did not compare. Now the crowd cheered for him. Arlo's final opponent was the king himself. Reggie had seen off the frog invaders almost single-pawed and was beloved by his subjects. This fight would be a tale for their times.
Stomach or something. What?
They were well matched. In stature and skill, there was not a whisker between them. They shook paws in truce. No rat could doubt Arlo's worth now. Reggie said to meet him by the docks. Together, they would wipe out the Dark Wings once and for all. Together, they would attack Mount Cauldron. Seeing the king's forces training for battle, Arlo felt the stirrings of something he'd long thought dead in his heart. Hope. At the dock, Arlo's little heart leapt again at the strange contraption. If it was a boat or a house, he could not tell, nor why it had a giant sleeping fuzzlebug atop it. From inside emerged King Reggie. He was not alone. King Reggie introduced Bertle. Arlo felt something comforting in the turtle's presence. Bertle was proud to take the army to Mount Cauldron in his bug ship. They would make camp at Highland View, where Arlo could find them when his forces were ready. In a flap of its wings and a cloud of gas, the fuzzlebug took King Reggie and his army north. Whatever tasks Arlo had to finish, now was the time. Once the war began, there would be no turning back.
I think it's this one over here, right?
With all their missing cards returned, Merlin took down the rune stone and handed it to Arlo in gratitude. Now all Merlin needed was a partner to play cards with.
We're gonna go look for some carrots. Alright, now we'll go to all the cities and make sure we don't have any quests, like boss quests to do, right? And then we'll be done. So, we do want to go back to the frog place. Frogland. I like how the first game was in the south and this game's in the north. Does that mean the next game, if I do another game, it's going to be like... Am I supposed to do these guys once each? I'm not too sure. I'll find out about that later, I guess. Alright, we'll beat the campaign, then we'll go from smack all those. It should be fine. I think it'll be still there when we come back. I don't think that. Yeah, I think we'll just beat the campaign, and then I'll do a separate episode where I go through and kill all the other stuff. Or I'll just do it now. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. We'll do this stuff for now.
winter's edge, Arlo told Leaf to gather all the clans. Tomorrow, they would make their war. Arlo went to bed, for once without despair. The king and the warden's forces together would make a last stand. They would sing of it forever. He wondered what sort of tale it would be. The clan's leaders listened to the warden and king's plan. They were nervous of this flying contraption, but their fear was as nothing compared to their iron will. They would take the mountain, the Sky Scorcher, and Count Kazakh himself. Raising their weapons in salute, Arlo was glad to see his friends united, though the feeling was bittersweet. It seemed impossible all would return.
There, we'll do it afterwards.
King Reggie's camp had creatures of every clan, armed and ready to fight. At its heart, Ertl waited. Arlo felt again the sense of safety at the turtle, and took it as a good omen. Ertl bellowed the order, and they felt the ground fall away. The ship lurched, as did the soldiers' stomachs. They held their nerve. Against the bats, they would need it.
That is...
They landed with a thud. Arlo loved mountains, or had loved the thought of them in the great tales of far away. But this one he did not like at all. Its icy wind chilled more than his fur. They made hasty camp, readying themselves for the fight. Keeping busy stopped the frost from biting.